take care of it? Can't let you do that, Star Fox. Here they come!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Comes to you live from the outskirts of the internet. This is the Gaming Saloon for May 15th, 2021, with your host, Peacemaker2448 and Rampant Epsilon.
Hello.
Okay, so this is not gaming news. This is more Toku news, but... So a lot has happened in 24 hours. Oh, okay. So, have I told you about any of this? I don't think I have.
Probably not.
I was about to say, I think it all broke like Friday, and we didn't stream yesterday for me to tell you. Because it's a story. So, you know TV Nihon, right? One of the main like subgroups for anything Writer Sentai Toku related?
Yes.
Well, apparently, they got a cease and desist letter from Toei.
A real one or a fake one?
After talking to a couple people from Overtime, they believe this is real. Because a similar cease and desist letter was sent to KRDL, which has been like a primary like direct download link for a lot of Writer and Sentai and Toku in general subs, if you didn't want to torrent, and a Brazilian fan subgroup. They all received the same letter relatively in the last like week or so. TV Nihon got theirs yesterday. And this cease and desist letter specifically tells them to stop subbing Writer in Sentai.
I'm assuming going forward.
Yes. But it did not specify anything else in general. Overtime talked it out with TV Nihon stuff, and they've also pretty much went on the record and saying we are not publicly advertising our subs anymore. And I think a lot of fan subgroups are not going to be publicly advertising their subs anymore. I'm saying that in a very specific way because if you understand what I'm saying, this kind of just doesn't change anything.
So, in theory, they're probably going to finish up the current shows and say that's it.
I don't know. That is up to the subgroups.
Like, if I had to guess, that's probably going to be what's going to happen.
But yeah, honestly, I'm not sure what legal action Toei can take against anyone involved if they are not in Japan to start with. Because, I don't think they can sue you internationally. I'm pretty sure that's not how the law works. The email was also very vague about threats. So I'm not sure Toei even knows what they can do.
It might actually be in like a gray zone.
Oh, we are in incredible gray zone, to be honest.
Well, I'm meaning about the legal action they could take.
Yeah.
Because they do now have a presence over here.
Right.
So they might actually have a leg to stand on with that.
Well, like, yeah. like this has been echoed by a lot of people. Of legally speaking, Toei is in their right to say knock it the fuck off. Here's the problem: they are not offering an alternative to anything they are telling people to not sub anymore, at all. Sentai DVDs have all but dried up within the last few years or so, because Shout Factory hasn't done a single Sentai DVD release since Time Ranger. And while we are getting Ryuki released, I'm going to just take a shot in the dark and say in the summer, right around when the Writer Week is. Yeah. And then 01 within the next year, along with the DVD/Blu-ray release of said 01. There's still a lot of shows that aren't subbed. And 2 of those shows are on a shitty service with shitty subtitles.
That's why I'm wondering if maybe their intent was to tell them to stop going forward, kind of deal.
Yeah.
Basically, anything they've got out, if they haven't done anything pertaining to any of that content so far, leave it alone. Just don't touch it anymore.
Yeah. Unfortunately, people have decided to go book Shirokura about this. And I'm like, God damn it. You're not helping. Shirokura is not Toei legal. This doesn't help. Like, he's literally not even... I'm sure he doesn't even have a contact in Toei legal. So, this isn't helping. I don't know why people keep saying things to Shirokura. I kind of wish we didn't ever find out Shirokura was on Twitter. But yeah, this has happened in... Like, Toei hasn't said a fucking thing about this at all. So, who fucking knows? I just think this is stupid.
I almost kind of disagree to a point.
Yeah.
And I only say that because if it is they want them to basically stop where they're at with Saber and kind of just walk away from it there, that probably would make sense, seeing as how we're going to be getting a 01 release not long after the end of Saber.
Yeah.
Meaning we would only be a year behind if they kept that path.
Right. I am also going to say...
So, that would work if that's their goal.
Yeah.
Because I almost have to think that it's way too early / would be too convenient to have like a simulcast or anything similar to what the subgroups are doing right now.
Yeah.
But being a year out might actually be the next best thing, kind of deal.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it kind of gets back to what we've said before about, you know, information would be nice.
Uh-huh.
Even if it's we're doing this, it will be coming at some point. That's better than nothing.
Yeah. I will also say that they have not sent it to any other subgroup in existence, including the one that's subbing Saber before TV Nihon even gets around to the episode on the week. So, fat chance this stops anybody who's like, I don't give a fuck. Come at me, Toei. Try to sue me. Pull that trigger. Let's see what happens. Let's see your PR take an entire dump. Because you go after a subgroup. Because I can almost guarantee there will be subgroups that are willing to just go, they're not going to pull the trigger. We're just going to keep going like business as usual and just not advertise our stuff. I am almost willing to bet that will happen. I guess I'll find out tomorrow when we get to whatever is subbed. Tomorrow.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's happened in 24 hours. So it's been a wonderful time to be a Rider fan of just, God damn it, Toei. Why do you gotta do this? Why do you care? It's not like your bottom line's being hit at all. And honestly, it's not been hit that much because we just got quarterly reportings. Apparently, Ultraman is actually on the rise money-wise. It's been making more money every year. I wonder why. It's almost like Ultraman is easily available to anyone internationally, to the point that people in Japan are importing Mill Creek's DVDs over buying the Blu-rays in Japan.
Huh.
Contemplate that for a second. Like, home video releases in Japan are so expensive and so screwed up, Japanese fans of Ultraman are willing to import Mill Creek's releases of Ultraman rather than going and buying the Blu-rays, probably at their local store. That is insane. But also, Ultraman's making a lot of money. I wonder why. And like Rider and Sentai are both down, and like part of that's probably COVID. Probably part of it's probably the toys not doing well.
Part of it's probably Saber's not doing well.
Fair.
I don't remember for sure, but wasn't Rider sales kind of down during Ghosts around too?
I don't remember.
I feel like it was compared to what it should have been, at least.
Yeah. I know Sentai's down, but I think it's down because people are just not invested in Sentai that much.
I mean, fair.
So it's kind of reaching like a new like stabilization point for itself. Which, I don't know, maybe by the end of Senkaiser will have bumped up a little bit, because I'm pretty sure the Sentai gears are really over with a lot of people, so. But I'm by no means expert on that. But anyway, we have video games to talk about now.
Well, video game news.
Yes. But before that, Tommy, you been playing anything interesting?
Nope.
I've been playing more of the new Snap. It is still really good.
Still been taking all the pictures.
I have almost reached the second cap of pictures, which is like 548, I think. I'm like 100 away from that. I have 16 full pages of pictures in that game saved. I have been taking a lot of pictures and saving a lot of pictures. But I'm surprised by how many I think there's at least like double the routes that were in the original Snap in this. Especially when you consider that there are like the level variations and the day-night variations and the Illumin Pokemon routes. Like this Snap has a ton of content for what it is, and I am really appreciated for it. I
do take that back, but it was something that you've played too.
Oh, what?
We did a rando.
Oh yeah, we did a KH2 rando seed.
Also,
that was the dick.
Yes, there was. But on top of that, so was the PC rando, because it decided it just didn't want to work.
It was less of a dick than the seed Spike and Hobbs did for charity this week.
I mean, fair, but we also didn't have datas on.
They had to fight Data Luxord.
I figured they had to fight a data.
They had the proofs were I don't remember where the first proof was. The second proof was on Data Luxord. The third proof was on Zalden. Regular Zalden, not Data Zalden. But it was going to be a 50-50 on that, whether it was Zalden or Data Zalden.
This is why I don't turn datas on. That and, yeah. I mean, I don't know how to do all the datas, so, yeah.
I think it ended up being like a 3-hour seed for them.
Which is fair, because, I mean, they both have a lot of practice with the game.
Mm-hmm.
And if done right and, you know, aren't fully drift compatible...
Yeah.
Seeds can actually go pretty quick in co-op.
Mm-hmm. I did find out a trick from them, and I'm like, shit, we need to do that more. Doing different level up paths.
I mean, fair. But seeing as how we've not really been screwed by the level up paths.
Yeah.
My thing is, I don't know which ones are the best to kind of do. Because I would have to look at that again. Because I know there's... And by look at it, I mean look at it in a what gets randomized setting. Because I'm wanting to say there's one of them that actually gives you some of the light sword stuff early on.
I'm trying to remember what they did. I think they did strength and defense.
I think that might be it. But it actually might be defense and magic.
Yeah. I don't remember.
I can't remember which one it is. That's why I normally just default to strength and just say screw it. I did finally get the PC rando to decide to, you know, rework. But yeah, I haven't done another one yet.
I got back into Genshin Impact for a little bit. So they did a recent update where you can do a housing thing. And I was like, cool, I want to try that out. I like housing things. Problem.
Oh,
you have to be account level 35 to access it.
And you're nowhere near that, are you?
I'm account level like 20. I was account level 22 when I logged in. I think I got to like 24. And Genshin Impact's kind of a grind. So I'll probably never see that. Yay! Granted, the game's been out for like, I think close to a year now, so 35 is probably like the average level of players.
Probably.
Of active players, so my fault for not playing the game a lot. I also did the grinding I need to do for Infinite Fusion. So that's done. My 2 Pokemon taking in the Misty are 20.
I have not been grinding.
Yeah. I also did the trainers that are up on the bridge north of Cerulean City. I did all of them.
Yeah, I tried on stream and everyone saw me lose to the rival, because the rival's even higher level than where we were coming out of Mount Moon.
I got the rival, finally. It took like a couple tries, but I got him.
So when needless to say, when that happened, I just walked away and was like, yeah, no.
Yeah. I think I beat just about all the available trainers we got at the moment, and grinded some wild Pokemon experience. There's some new fusions to show off on stream. I'll throw up the Pokedex when we start next Thursday and showcase it.
Is there more abominations like Kaufmer?
No, I think it's all kind of been standard fare. Nothing too shocking, I would say.
That one was a literal kill it with fire.
Uh-huh. But that's kind of been it. Finally got me some double-sided tape, some batteries, so I can put up my new lights for my Soto shelves. Instead of these small puck lights, she got these longer, more or less like pill lights. The problem was they only came with like 2 rectangles of double-sided tape if you wanted to mount it with tape, and then like screws and stuff to mount it with that. But the shelves aren't thick enough to be mounting them like that. So mounted it with tape. But I wasn't confident in these 2 rectangles of tape being able to hold this. So I was like, I need some double-sided tape. And she got me like a roll of double-sided tape, and I almost used all of it because I did. Blah, 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 blah. Words. Hey, Charizard, sorry. Lost my train of thought. I did like 3 strips of double-sided tape between where you'd be putting those rectangles and put the rectangles. So now I've got new lights on the Soto shelves, and they are lit up a lot better. Like, I have a photo on Twitter from today because I was in the chat for the Bugs to Men podcast. It's like a writer Toku podcast that just started. They're on like episode 4. They were talking about 01 today, so I was in the chat being a filing cabinet of information for a bunch of different stuff about 01. By the way, Charizard, you do not have to wait long. Emotional Dragon is the episode that will be releasing this week. Assuming it gets subbed because of nonsense from Toei, but it probably will. You'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Because I decided to watch the Raw for Saber this week, so I know what happened. But yeah, I tweeted a picture of the 01 shelf because one of them towards the end of the podcast was like, don't show me 01 merchandise. I don't need to see more things I should buy for this show. And I was like, don't make me tweet a picture of the Soto at you. And he's like, do it. And I'm like, okay, here's a picture of every single 01 figure from Soto to date. Besides the Metsubo Jinrai and Saya figures, because they're still sitting at the middleman that they haven't packed the box for and shipped out for me just yet. So
you made someone's wallet cry today.
Fair. I don't know if you could pull that up or not and show it on stream.
I probably could, but the last time I've tried it, it's a bit of an annoyance. I'm just not even gonna try it.
I could try.
And I don't know if the Discord thing's still working.
I was about to say, I can at least post it in Discord for you, so you can see it. This is the old lighting. But it's a far longer and brighter strip. It's not multicolored like that puck light is, but... no, Emotional Dragon is not Saber's final form. Saber's final form is coming out in July, I believe, from toy listings. So, no, Emotional Dragon is here because Falchion showed up from the movie. So we have to show off the movie form, which is Emotional Dragon. And by movie, I mean 20-minute fight sequence. That is the Saber movie. But yeah, the light lights up the entire shelf, nice and bright, so you can see everything really nice and clearly. I don't know. That depends on whether or not they want to bother to use it again. Usually they don't. Usually the movie forms, if they do show up in the show, which has only happened one time to my memory, it's been like a one episode thing, and then it's like, well, you're back in the pocket for another day. We don't need you anymore because Forze's Rocket States showed up for a episode of Forze, and that's the only time I can think of. I can't really think of another time that a movie form has shown up in show. Ah, yes, the Saber Ghost special. Ah, right. I forgot about that.
I mean,
I forgot Saber's getting the Ghost Legend Rider form that is the Darwin parka, but all the Grateful logos slapped on it. They cheaped out so hard for that suit. I love it.
I mean, all I've got to say is when you said about there being a Ghost Saber kind of crossover deal, yeah, that just threw Saber out of canon, because everything tied to Ghost gets thrown out of canon because of the way Ghost handles everything.
To be fair,
wow.
To be fair, Saber is not connected in canon to anything else, so it doesn't matter.
I mean, but now it can't be because it's tied to Ghost to some capacity.
Yeah. I mean, 01 did a special for with a X8, so nah. Look, the era designations are just arbitrary slicing up of the shows based off the time they released. I did forget that Saber that Geo does have a Saber ride watch. For reasons. Right. Forgot about that. Also, I hope you're enjoying Zenkaiger. I am. I'm watching it weekly at the moment. Right. 01 and Geo were in Radio Generations, but in the Geo Decade Special, Geo pulls out a Saber ride watch and gives it to Decade. And like, here, passes off to another version of myself to save the day. Because, look, don't ask about the Geo Decade Special. It's better you've not watched it. It's bad. Oh, so you've seen Two Kaiser. I love Two Kaiser and the fact that he just fucking dances the transform for no reason. Anyway, shall we talk news?
I guess we shall.
Oh, one last thing, a follow-up to something we've talked about last time. The Destiny 2 transmog stuff. So it's been fully revealed now how that system works. Apparently, you take 150 of those synth strands and you turn those in for a bounty. The bounty gives you 100 synth weave and then, or synth cord, and then you turn the cord directly into a thing, the synth weave, so you can get one of your armor to be like appearance changed. Also,
so
that
I'm hearing it's still a convoluted mess.
Also, the bounties are incredibly grindy, and the synth strand only drops every 2 minutes. So you can kill an enemy, and it will drop one. The next enemy will not drop it until 2 minutes have passed.
Yep, I'm glad I've walked away from Destiny.
I think someone did the calculations of it would take a full week of playtime, an entire week worth of playtime to max out all of your available ornaments and stuff. Or to reach the cap for the amount of changes and stuff you can do per season. That is a week of playtime. Not even a player with top 3 playtime on Destiny 2 has that kind of playtime on their schedule or playtime on their record. Top 3 of playtime, and even he's like, nah, this is impossible. Fuck this. This is bullshit.
Huh.
Yeah, it's incredibly stupid. Thanks, Bungie.
Yeah, thanks, Bungie. I swear they're acting more like them.
Yeah, unfortunately. Anywho, E3 this year, which is going to be a digital event with its own app and stuff.
There's an app for that.
Yeah. Several companies have stated that they will be a part of E3's digital showcasing of stuff. Those companies currently are Square Enix, Bandai Namco, Gearbox, Verizon, Freedom Games, DVSI Entertainment, Turtle Beach, Verizon, Binge, and Exceed Games. These are the newly confirmed ones. Nintendo, Xbox, Take-Two, Ubisoft, Capcom, and Warner Brothers will also be a part of this, but Sony and EA will not be a part of this. They will most likely be doing their own thing probably around the same time, or just whenever.
Yeah, so normal.
Also, Konami has said that they will also not be a part of this, even though they have notable projects in the works. I will call your bluff, Konami. Bullshit. You don't want to make video games anymore. You make like one video game a year, at best.
I thought they weren't making any more, period.
That too.
I love how they are so wishy-washy on what they want to even do.
Yeah. That's because Two Kaiser is a Gokaiger, more or less, which is why they brought the guy back to voice Two Kaiser's Morpher. He is essentially Gokai Gold, because they went to the world of Gokaigers, saw the Gokaigers, thought they were cool, and Two Kaiser's sister went, I'm gonna steal their power. I'm gonna copy their shit. Let me copy your homework and make it our own. And I'm like, okay, I like that. They thought the Gokaigers were so cool. They just copied it and just went, that's ours now. I'm not sure why they have Shinkenger and O-Ranger specifically, although I find O-Ranger weird since it's supposed to be the martial arts form, and I wonder why that's not just Geki Ranger or Dai Ranger, but whatever. I guess they wanted a more recognizable Sentai. Yeah, E3 this year will be June 12th through the 15th. That is pretty much it. Are you excited for E3 next month?
Meh.
I mean, I'll be excited for Nintendo Direct, because maybe we'll get Breath of the Wild too.
Yep, don't hold your breath.
I know. Shoot. You know what I forgot to get?
What?
I forgot to get the article with all the court case stuff from the Epic Apple court case. Let me grab an article back real quick and I'll just throw it.
Uber prepared.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll throw this in real quick. I meant to do that, but I just forgot because unfortunately I was doing these notes while I was in the chat for the Man Podcast, so I might have just forgot to grab it. Or I just did. I just forgot to grab it.
I mean,
So
I think might have was already passed. I'm pretty sure you did.
yeah. So do you know about Injustice? The Mortal Kombat DC fighting game?
Yes.
The good one, not the bad one? Because that's actually the second Mortal Kombat versus DC. Mortal Kombat DC fighting game. The first one is not good. So, apparently, rumors are circulating and everybody is up in arms because Ed Boon was like, oh, hey, cool. James Gunn gets to do both Marvel and DC.
Well,
and so, like, is NetherRealm working on a Marvel like Mortal Kombat style video game? I don't know. I don't know if I want this.
I mean, maybe?
Well, I say that because, like, at least the story and stuff of Injustice is, hey, what if Superman went evil? And I'm like, we've done this to death by now. No.
I mean, fair.
And I do not doubt for a fucking second that it won't be fucking Civil War based. And I'm just gonna be like, I don't want a second video game based off Civil War, to be perfectly honest. We already got one. I don't need two of them.
But more.
No. I know Civil War is a really popular comic, but no. You know what I want? I want a really good Avengers game that isn't Marvel's Avengers from Crystal Dynamics and Square Enix.
Too bad.
I know. We almost had that with Ultimate Alliance, but then Ultimate Alliance 3 was just like, this is just an Ultimate Alliance game. This isn't anything to write home about. And I'm like, oh. So yeah, that is floating out there in the ether to exist, maybe.
Probably not.
Yeah. So in other news, while Discord has not been bought by Microsoft,
and has changed their logo.
Yeah. They are entering a partnership with Sony to integrate Discord into their system.
Hence why Microsoft didn't buy
them. Yep. So I assume what it'll essentially be is there will be a Discord app or Discord integration into Sony's system to where I guess you can just hop in the chats and stuff in Discord through like Sony menus, more or less. Essentially, there'll be a Discord app you can run.
Probably akin to like how I think doesn't the PS4 already support Spotify?
I have no idea.
I think it does. I know Xbox can.
Yeah.
I'm thinking both of them can. Probably. So I'd have to think it's going to be something akin to that. Where it can just run in the side.
Mm-hmm. So, yay! I guess, I don't know. I only ever use Discord for this and for talking and also, watching chats.
Shoutouts to them using the old logo for Discord.
Yeah. Also, thank you, Charizard, for the host. So yeah, oh well. Oh my god, a pup named Scooby-Doo. God, I feel old. I remember that show.
Same.
God, I know far too many Scooby-Doo shows and movies. Jesus. Oh. Anyway. Now that I'm old and dead. Nintendo has announced a new creator thing, I guess? So, they've decided, you know what? Mario Maker does well. What if we just gave you tools to make whatever the fuck you want, game-wise? So, Game Builder Garage is coming out next month, June 11th, and will pretty much allow you to make a video game with, like, simplified programming and tools and tutorials and all that.
Oh. Okay. So, basically, this is kind of like how some of the school systems actually are utilizing, or it's a visual programming thing. That might actually be interesting.
Yeah. I was about to say, I think Pup Named Scooby-Doo was the Scooby-Doo on when we were kids. Because I think that was the one that was on, like, Kids WB and all that I remember.
Think so.
But I also have memories of the original series because of Boomerang. And also the Zombie Island movie, which I think is, like, the only good animated Scooby-Doo movie, if I'm being honest.
Fair.
Oh, it was on Cartoon Network. Okay. No, could it have been on? No, it could have been on Kids WB. Warner Brothers owned Scooby-Doo, right? Okay, that's a good one too. I'm just saying the best one was probably Zombie Island, because that was the first time they actually went, oh shit, ghosts are real. Oh no, we have to deal with real ghosts in real magic. Ah shit. We may have gotten in over our heads. I don't remember that one. But any other thoughts on this game builder?
No.
Alright then. As some of you may have known, the Epic v Apple court case has started recently. And all sorts of wonderful things have come out because of this court case. And hopefully this GameSpot article has everything. So I'm just going to scroll down to the bottom, because this is in reverse order, and kind of go through some stuff. So, pre-trial, which would be before May 3rd, Epic Games revealed that they were intentionally withholding Fortnite from Xbox's xCloud service. Bravo. Also, apparently Fortnite earns almost half of its revenue on PlayStation 4. Like, consider that for a second, that half of its revenue is within the PlayStation network of consoles. Or just specifically on the PlayStation 4 right now. I would assume over time that would transition to 5.
I almost feel like I want to argue that one.
Well, it's what Fortnite said, or what people from Epic said.
Yeah, I almost feel like I want to argue that one, though.
Well, you said it was from March 2018 through July 2020, with Xbox One following in second. Although iOS device users have a very massive fan base, but they only account for 7% of total Fortnite revenue during that same period. So if you're on Apple, apparently you don't spend that much money on the Fortnite. All right, so we move on to May 3rd. Some potential leaked skins for Fortnite were also talked about in documentation. These do not all come to pass. These are more or less pitches. They didn't have any skins at all. They were more like, hey, we want to do a Samus skin, so here's a picture of Samus. So Samus Aran, musicians like Ariana Grande and Lady Gaga, The Rock, professional wrestler The Rock. I think I saw what is it? The guy from Die Hard. That was one of them I saw. More or less 90s action movies were a lot of them, but like Samus in Fortnite, that's not making it off the Switch. There is no way Nintendo's letting Samus be on any other platform that isn't the Switch, even for Fortnite. Fortnite's gonna write them.
We talked about this, and the only thing that I do kind of disagree is the way Nintendo's kind of been a little more open with stuff.
Right.
I could see this being a thing if, and only if, it was used in the same fashion that Master Chief was originally supposed to be used. As kind of like a early promotion kind of concept.
Yeah. Fortnite's gonna have to write them a big check to get them to consider this getting out of like the Switch and onto other Fortnite platforms. To be perfectly honest.
I mean, that is the only way that I could see that going.
Talk about Epic's attempts to secure crossplay with Sony dating back to 2018. They tried to court Sony with offers of unique characters for PlayStation Plus subscribers, and they can make Sony look like heroes, but SIE director Gio Corsi rejected the proposals, saying they were good ideas but unconvinced that they showed cross-platform play would be good for the PlayStation platform. Also has been revealed that Fortnite made $9 billion with a B dollars in 2 years. Over 2018 and 2019. $9 billion. That is billion with a B. But we don't know how much of it is profit. See, Fortnite paid out to various platform parties between January 2017 and October 2020. Paid approximately $237 million to Apple, $246 million to Microsoft, $451 million to Sony. And this was presented by Apple to showcase that iOS is not the biggest platform for Fortnite. So, we're not getting into this debate about who's right in this dumb court case, to be honest. Also, apparently, listeners who had dialed into the Zoom call to listen in were accidentally left unmuted, and more than 200 participants started shouting free Fortnite. And even promoting their own YouTube channel. And after 20 minutes to mute, the court finally shut them the hell up. Oh, God damn it. People on the internet are stupid.
No. It's the people in, you know, the government are stupid.
That too.
Just saying. Because, you know, I've dealt with Zoom meetings enough to know there's a box to mute everyone when they come in.
Same.
You can set it up to where they are automatically muted and have to request permission to talk before anyone can join. So, yeah. Learn the tools before you try to use them.
Yeah. Tim Sweeney apparently doesn't have a PlayStation 5 at home, but he has one in the office. That is Epic's founder and CEO. Tim Sweeney and Xbox chief Phil Spencer talked in January 2018 about crossplay. Microsoft publicly wanted it, but Epic wanted to eliminate ambiguity with Microsoft about crossplay. We've got some sealed documents. Or some documents that were meant to be sealed that are virtually revealed. One of those documents pertained to Sony's policies regarding cross-platform play and how it changed developers for this. And it said that Epic had to pay Sony a fee to unlock crossplay in Fortnite on PlayStation. And apparently, well, we're not getting into that. We're not getting into the court stuff. I don't feel like getting in the weeds on that. Xbox's Lori White took the stand and talked about Xbox in general. They talked about Xbox's comparators and said that PlayStation is their main competitor and the Switch is a lesser degree competitor. And they do not see the iPhone as a competing device, which makes sense. Why the fuck would they?
I mean, I'm pretty positive that they don't even really see the Switch as a competitor.
Yeah.
For the simple fact of, you know, Nintendo also doesn't look at Xbox or Sony as a competitor. Because Nintendo is fully aware of the fact of they are their own thing.
Yeah. Microsoft confirmed that Xbox consoles do not sell at a profit. But the reason they do so is more or less end-to-end user experience. So, hey, we make money back on it from the games, which has kind of been the model for console sales for a while now. So that's not too surprising. Internal document, and we talked about this, or I talked to you about this, released that was done when the Series X was still codenamed as Project Scarlet, to give you a time frame on this. This was pre-Xbox Series X naming. They believe that Breath of the Wild 2 and Metroid Prime 4 were going to come out last year. But this predates the Series X even being called the Series X, so that gives you an idea of how old this document is. But also, I'm pretty sure that wasn't going to happen to start with. Especially Prime 4 with the delays it suffered.
That one, yes. Breath of the Wild 2 probably could have happened this year, though.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, that's also now something. If they both were planned to be released at the same time, that really means we might only be a couple of years out for Prime 4.
Yeah.
I mean, we might actually be close enough to where E3 might throw a little bit of a bone.
That's a big might.
Like, more than likely, it would be next year.
Yeah.
But I could maybe see them doing another tease. In light of that kind of deal.
Mm-hmm.
Or Nintendo just, let this be their tease kind of deal. Be like, yeah. It was gonna come out here, but things happened.
Let's see, anything else interesting? Apparently, Apple CEO Tim Cook is supposed to take the scam, but it will likely be the last day of the trial. So, I guess tune in to hear about him take the stand. And that is kind of it. So, anything interesting? Anything super catch your eye out of this?
I mean, the stuff we kind of stopped on.
Yeah.
AKA the stuff that doesn't directly pertain to the trial.
Yeah. That is the only reason I care about this trial of, will we get more insider knowledge about both of these companies and the gaming industry in general?
Because
wait, this trial's about what? I don't give a fuck.
Because pretty much this whole thing is two companies arguing over money.
I do not give a shit about two multi-billion-dollar companies having a pissing contest over millions of dollars.
Yep.
You both can go fuck yourself and get over it.
I mean, I know why this one is getting drummed up so big.
It's because Epic's drumming it up so big.
Well, not so much that. This is a fight that a lot of mobile app developers have kind of had. The stores want to charge so much to start out to even put it on their store, and then also expect, if you're making any money out of that app, to give them part of that too.
Mm-hmm.
I get that that's a problem, but if you think about it, technically you've got a open source publisher for literally any developer that wants to be a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that might be the point that Epic's not catching. They want to be developer and publisher, and it's a case of, if you want to do that, then why did you go mobile?
Yeah.
It's one of those. On one hand, yes, I feel like actually both Google and Apple might expect too much.
Mm-hmm.
Especially considering that both companies aren't hurting for money.
Fuck no.
But at the same time, Epic's not hurting for money either.
Yeah.
This is completely ridiculous.
Yeah. Like I said, this is $2 billion companies having a pissing contest over millions of dollars. Hit the fuck over yourselves. The whole lot of you. You know what? Fucking put that money towards fucking better things going on in the world at the moment.
I mean, granted, ultimately, if the court sides with Epic on this one, then that's gonna lead to another one with Google down the road.
Oh, God.
Because of the simple fact of they won with one, they're winning with both, and it's gonna set a new precedence for how mobile apps are done.
Yeah.
If they lose, it'll just go back to business as usual.
Yeah, I would like to remind everyone that Epic bought a mall to turn into their new office. A whole mall in North Carolina to be their new office. I forgot about that till the other day, and I remembered it, and I'm like, oh yeah, right, Epic's turning a fucking mall into their new office. I don't know why.
Reasons.
Like, that can't be formatted right for them, right? I would think you would just buy an office building.
I mean, it actually could be, though.
I mean, yeah, but... I just have to wonder, like, what else are you putting in this fucking mall that you're converting into your new office? Are you gonna put, like, a fucking, like, pool in here?
A Starbucks on every corner.
Yeah, just have a fucking Starbucks, an internal Starbucks ran by actual Starbucks employees. Well, anything else?
Nope.
Releases! So we kick off our releases this week on the 18th with Arcrea. We'll go with that one on the Switch. Can't drive this for PlayStation 4 and 5. Chess Knight Shinobi for Switch. Jetboard Joust for Switch. Leisure Suit Larry Wet Dreams Dry Twice for Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and Switch. Rust Console Edition, Ultimate Edition for Xbox One, SnowRunner for Switch, The Sims 4 Courtyard Oasis Kit for Xbox One and PlayStation 4, and Void, open parentheses, close parentheses, semicolon, plus, backslash, Void, Terrarium plus for PlayStation 5. On the 19th, 0 Degrees for Switch, Aerial Knights Never Yield for Xbox One, Series X, PlayStation 4, 5, and Switch. Crossyards in for Xbox One and Series X. Outbreak Endless Nightmares for Xbox One, Series X, PlayStation 4, 5, and Switch. And Sunless Skies Sovereign Edition for Switch. On the 20th, Alchemist Adventure for Switch, Backworlds for Switch, Clan Side Stories for Switch, Color Your World for Switch, blah, 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 blah. What the fuck is this word? There are too many eyes! Inverium for Switch, Jay and Silent Bob Mall Brawl for Xbox One and PlayStation 4, Just Die Already for Switch, Layers of Fear 2 for Switch, Let It Roll Slide Puzzle for Switch, Manfold Garden, if I can pronounce this correctly, is for PlayStation 5, Puzzle Bobble VR, Vacation Odyssey for Oculus Quest, Rise of the Slime for Xbox One, Series X, PlayStation 4, 5, and Switch, Rising Hell for Switch, Sakura Succubus 2 for Switch, Surefooting for Xbox One, I Missed One, because it's the Wild at Heart for Xbox One and Series X.
Well, that at least lets me know that, the release tracker is actually working like I planned.
Yeah. I don't have to do the offset, do I? Because I did it for this anyway, but it didn't seem like it mattered.
No.
Okay.
I just gave you the script file. I forgot I actually updated the layout to remove the offset thing.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah. Ignore the offset.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that I didn't need to worry about the offset, but I did it anyway just to check to see if it did.
But yeah, now it's basically storing the number of results, and then if it's more than 100, it's auto offsetting.
Okay, cool.
Oddly enough, after I did it, I was like, I could have done that a while back if I had actually just stopped and thought about it for a second.
Yeah.
That's usually my problem when it comes to stuff like that. I want to try to get something working, so I don't take that second to just step back and be like, oh, why not do this?
Alright, we also got Tiger Trio's Tasty Travels for Switch and Woodblock Escape Puzzles for Switch. On the 21st, Cosmic Top Secret for Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and Switch. Driving World Aspen for Switch. Guards for Xbox One and Switch. Gut Whale for Switch. Knockout City for Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and Switch. Miitopia for Switch. Rising Hell for Xbox One. Rust Console Edition for Xbox One and PlayStation 4. Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne HD Remastered Digital Deluxe Edition for PlayStation 4. And Wanna Survive for Switch. On the 22nd, Robophobics for Switch. On the 25th, Biomutant for Xbox One and PlayStation 4. Capcom Arcade Stadium for Xbox One and PlayStation 4. Crazy Chicken Shooter Edition for PlayStation 5. Kays and the Wild Masks for Xbox One and PlayStation 4 and Switch. King of Seas for Xbox One and PlayStation 4 and Switch. Main Eater for Switch. Power Rangers Battle for the Grid Super Edition for Xbox One and PlayStation 4 and Switch. And Stadia. I actually saw a video from someone talking about how, like, 16 months after Stadia launched, they finally put in a search bar.
That doesn't surprise me.
Neither does it for me, but I'm like, oh, Stadia, you're so bad. You're bad at being a platform. You're bad at the one thing you shouldn't be bad at. Anyway, also on the 25th, Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne HD Remaster for PlayStation 4 and Switch, and Very Very Ballet for Switch. And finally, on the 26th, Ark Survival Evolved for Stadia, Luna Sentinels of the Shards for Switch, Minecraft Dungeons Hidden Depths for Xbox One, PlayStation 4 and Switch, and Mutazioni for Switch. Which takes us to quick draws, and mine is did I skip a release?
Yeah.
Oh, oops.
Yeah.
Hang on, folks. I missed the page releases. I thought I was done. One second. On the 27th, Crying Suns for Switch, Earth Defense Force, World Brothers for PlayStation 4 and Switch, Fishing Fighters for Switch, Green Phoenix for Switch, Horse Club Adventures for Switch, King of Paradise for Switch, Mech Warriors 5 Mercenaries for Xbox One and Series X. O-O for Switch, Pathway for Switch, Sumeri for Switch, and Warhammer Age of Sigmar Stormground for Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and Switch. On the 28th, Beautiful Desolation for PlayStation 4 and Switch, Eagle Island Twist for Xbox One, Port Royal 4 for Switch, Route Me Mail and Delivery Eco for Switch, Song of Horror for Xbox One and PlayStation 4, Rengan Unlimited for Xbox One and Switch, Wonder Boy, Asara in a Monster World for PlayStation 4 and Switch, Worlds in Club for Switch, and Off and On Again for Switch on the 29th. Now we're done with releases, because I jumped the gun to talk about a picture because I didn't get around to doing 3D modeling this week. Or this past couple weeks. So, apparently it's Halo's 20th anniversary. I didn't know Halo was 20 years old this year.
I feel like I probably should have, but I didn't think about it.
And they put up this really fancy wallpaper to celebrate 20 years. Because it has old Chief and, I guess, current Chief, and then, hey, here's stuff from, like, I guess the first game, and then Halo Infinite, whatever the fuck it finally comes out. It actually looks pretty cool. I wish there was more than 2 games represented in this, but it's cool.
Also, shoutouts to Chief growing.
Yeah. Got about half a head on himself now.
Why I noticed that immediately is beyond me.
It's because they're side by side and they are in relatively the same pose.
Oh, God.
So yeah, maybe we can look forward to Halo Infinite this year. I don't know. I'm looking forward to watching people play Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, so... I'm not too worried about it. That is all we got for this week. I kind of wish Glock was on this week, because Mass Effect Legendary Edition came out this week. And I've seen several people like doing playthroughs of the trilogy, or starting playthroughs of the trilogy on my Twitch feed. And Jeff Gertzman on Giant Bomb did the quick look for Legendary Edition. And something he said at the end of it, like, because he was talking about just Mass Effect in general at the end of it, kind of resonated with me, and kind of, I don't know, I kind of feel the same way he does. So, you know how everyone complains about the ending of Mass Effect 3? Because that's the thing to complain about with Mass Effect 3?
But because they threw out every other choice you've made?
Well, the problem is, especially in hindsight for me, because I've seen like a more in-depth review of Mass Effect 3 as a whole, there's more problems to Mass Effect 3 than the ending, to be honest.
Oh, fair, but yeah, that's
the ending,
the one.
The ending is just the cherry on top of, this is a very mixed bag of things, and could be a lot better. And like him saying, like, I don't know if I want to go back through the trilogy right now, even this far out from playing the trilogy, because I know where this ends, and I don't want to play 3. Like, 2's really good, but I don't want to play 3, and if I'm not playing 3, why am I playing the trilogy?
Fair.
And also, like, I don't, like, just like him, I don't know if I want to play the next Mass Effect to come from BioWare, because I don't know if I'm confident in them to do it. Because, like, between this and Andromeda, like, they have to try really hard to win me over. Like, really hard for me to care. Because 3 wasn't particularly good. Andromeda feels like a rehash of 1 in all the most bad and boring ways. Dragon Age 4 is taking an eternity to come out. Anthem didn't go over well. I don't know if BioWare has the capabilities of making a game for me to care about. So, yeah. I'll be there to listen. I'll be there to see what it is, but I don't know if I can... I don't know if I can invest myself into a Mass Effect game again. Which, weirdly, is the same way I feel about Yu-Gi-Oh!, where I cannot invest myself in a Yu-Gi-Oh! Show again. Even though it's been 2 shows since Arc 5, I can't go back.
Wait, it's actually been 2?
Yes, there's been an entire show that has aired and ended since Arc 5, and another one is airing.
Well then.
Yeah. Like, they have a whole new, like, method of play with Yu-Gi-Oh! With this new show that is like a 3v3, like, kind of setup. That's like a really simplified, like, fast Yu-Gi-Oh! Play method that they're focusing on for with, like, the new show. But, yeah, I don't know if I can emotionally invest myself in another Yu-Gi-Oh! Show after Arc 5 burned me so bad. And, like, I feel the same way about Mass Effect, where I'm like, I don't think I can do this again. They have to try really hard, and I don't know if they can do that. So, yeah. I kind of wish Glock was on to talk about that, because maybe he's in a better place than I am to be able to go back.
Probably. That's one of those I don't know.
Yeah. I know he's been playing it.
Yeah.
So that's more than I'm capable of at the moment. Because I'm like, I've wanted to do a playthrough of the trilogy just to take people on that journey that I did through these 3 games and how it feels to go through it all. But I don't know if I can do that. I don't know if I'm capable of making it through all that without quitting at like the end of 2 and just going, yep, that's it, that's it, that's it, that's the series. We're moving on, something else. I don't feel like playing 3 because I think it really comes down to I don't want to play 3 again.
I think that's completely fair. Because yeah.
But that's pretty much it for this week, folks. Tomorrow is us continuing doing the Spider-Man. Monday will be TGSR as we talk about the end of Season 1 of Beast Wars and the start of Season 2. Also, hooray! Another cliffhanger! God damn it.
Disappointed.
Yeah. And that brings us back around to next Thursday where we'll continue Infinite Fusion and hopefully make it through Misty and maybe do more than 1 gym a stream. Ish.
Don't hold your breath.
Yeah. But that'll do it for me and for Tom and me. If you like what you're seeing, drop a follow. I really appreciate it. Chipping away at that Philly goal. At TGSoon on Twitter. Get you updates when we're live. Next mission point, Discord and chat. Get your Discord link. Drop by. Say hi. We will see you tomorrow.